The California median sales price has dropped. Inflation is down. More buyers are getting into the market. Come on in. Let's get into the California housing market update. This month, we're going to go over the numbers for June 2024. Let's see how the market did. What's up, you guys? My name is Michelle, and I help first-time home buyers and first-time home sellers save money, and I help make the process smooth. If you want to get in touch with me, links are in the description, and I'd like to invite you to sign up to my monthly e-newsletter as well. One thing we can agree on here with this real estate market is it's constantly changing, and it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on. From fluctuating interest rates to price changing to new laws, days on the market's changing. There's so many changes. It's constantly evolving. If you're feeling overwhelmed with everything, you're not alone. Many people are struggling to understand how these factors affect them, whether they're buying a home or selling a home. If that resonated with you, do not worry. I have your back. I have you covered. That's the reason why I created this channel. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe and that notification bell so that you can stay on top of everything new that's coming out. All right, so here's the overview. Here's everything that we're going to cover today. Interest rates, home sales, the housing supply, new construction, cracks starting to show in the California labor market, the most recent breakdown of the numbers for counties that I covered. That's going to be Riverside, Orange County, Los Angeles County, and San Bernardino County. And this month, I'm going to be highlighting Chino Hills. Okay, you guys, let's get into it. The California housing market is bouncing back, even though home sales dipped in June because of interest rates. How they were fluctuating in April and in May, kind of like staying in the 7%, there's still a silver lining. Interest rates have dropped, sparking renewed interest in buyers coming back into the market. Plus, we're seeing more homes available for sale, including new construction. And then after last week's inflation report, home builders and home buyers are gaining more confidence in coming back to the real estate market. Interest rates for a 30-year fixed conventional is toggling around 6.86. For a 15-year fixed conventional, 6.31. 30-year jumbo loans, 7.04. 7/6 ARMs, 6.53. 30-year FHA, 6.32, and 30-year VA, 6.34. Interest rates are gradually coming down, and there is talk about the Federal Reserve bringing down interest rates even more. While we may not see a rate cut after their July meeting, many experts predict that there could be one in September. Treasury rates are improving as there are signs showing that inflation is gradually decreasing. Inflation, you guys, dropped 3% year over year. This is the first time that it dropped since it started increasing after the pandemic. The bond market is also showing signs of optimism, with the 10-year and the 2-year Treasury rates dropping as well. This does suggest that the economy might be stabilizing, and we could see interest rates lowering even with the ups and downs along the way. Home sales and pending sales. In June, California home sales saw a slight decline, with about 270,200 homes sold. June had a small drop from May last month and a 2.7 decrease from June last year. June's California statewide median sales price was $900,720, down 0.8% from May and up 7.5% from $837,850 in June last year, 2023. And I was saying, we've been seeing an increase in median sales price. The last 2 months, I was saying, okay, California hit an all-time high. California hit an all-time high. I am relieved and glad to see that we are dialing back a little bit, because although it's good for home sellers at that moment when they're selling so that they can maximize their profit, overall, it's too expensive here in California. So let's dial it back. Let's make it more affordable for everyone else waiting on the sidelines, because I feel like every time someone is waiting on the sidelines and they're ready to go, maybe life happens or whatever, and they need to purchase maybe a year later, 2 years later, that same home has increased in value, and it's kind of like they're out of the market. So I would like personally to see California's home prices dial down a little bit, but who knows? That's just my opinion. This year, overall, sales are slightly behind last year's pace of 0.5%. There is good news, however, with regards to pending sales. Pending sales are, so we have active sales and closed sales. Active sales, we know those are homes that are currently listed on the market. Closed sales are sales that have closed. So pending sales is that in-between process. So that's when you have a home seller who has the property listed for sale, and then you have a buyer who submitted an offer. They negotiated that offer, they shook hands, and that seller said, okay, I'm going to sell the house to you. So then at that point, they go into escrow and the sale is pending. Pending sales are picking up. They're up 8% from last year. This suggests that buyers are starting to regain their confidence and come back into the market. You know, inflation is going down, interest rates are going down, there's more homes on the market, which we're going to get into, spoiler alert. We do expect the home sale numbers to improve because there's more pending sales, right? So those pending sales are going to be closed. So I do think we're going to see more closed sales. That number is going to go up the second half of the remaining of the year. Housing supply, there's more inventory available now, and this is great for buyers. You know, we heard it in the news, low inventory, there's not enough homes to choose from. Well, there are more homes, and I'm seeing it. I'm in the San Gabriel Valley. I'm seeing more homes coming on the market. Get this, active listings are up 36% from last year. This is the 6th month in a row that we have seen the number of active listings increase month by month. And I love this. There's more options for buyers looking for a home. And then there's that beautiful thing of supply and demand. So the increase of listings could help stabilize the home prices and kind of like level them off so that they don't continue to rise. So again, personally, I like that. Construction and housing starts. By the way, let me tell you what a housing start is to give you some context before I get into this topic. Housing starts are the number of new residential construction projects that have begun during a specific period, typically measured monthly. So the construction sector has had a mixed month in June. The U.S. Census Bureau reported that housing starts were up by 3%. And if we're comparing to last year, June 2023 to June 2024, housing starts are down 4.4%. Now, this increase was mainly driven by a 22% increase in multifamily developments, like apartment buildings, which is good for renters. And I know I'm seeing them. Are you guys seeing them? Are you guys seeing new apartment buildings being built in the areas that you live in? I know I am. So far, I could just a handful of them. So that is really good because we do have a housing crisis. And then have you guys heard about that new law from Newsom regarding the homeless? We'll get into that later. We'll get into that tea later. Wow. And another stat too, June's housing starts were the biggest number of housing starts that the U.S. Census Bureau also reported that they were super excited because they saw the highest number of new apartment completions within the last 50 years. That's pretty big. And then on the flip side, with single family homes, home starts dropped for the 4th month in a row. So not a lot of single family homes being built. And we touched on this last month too, but you know, interest rates do play a big part within the single family sector. But with potential rate cuts happening later on in the 3rd and 4th quarter, who knows? Maybe we'll see the numbers for the single family housing starts going up. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully. All right, now let's get into California's labor market. California's job market added 222,500 new jobs in June, making June the 3rd best month for job creation this year. Most of these new jobs were in healthcare and the public sector. However, there are some signs of a slowdown with industries like manufacturing and administrative support losing jobs. The state's unemployment rate has has been above 5% for the last 10 months. This does suggest that people are taking longer to find new jobs, even though there hasn't been a big increase in layoffs. In summary, California's housing market is slowly recovering. We're seeing more people coming back into the market, and we're seeing more listings available for sale. Interest rates are on a downward trend, which could make home buying a lot more affordable. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, it's a good time to get in touch with your realtor, have a conversation with him or her, and see what's going on in your local market. And, just get some personal advice, even if you're out a year. What are some of the things that you can be doing now to help you and get prepared again, whether you're buying or selling? If you don't have a personal realtor that you can call, you can always contact me. Check the link in the description for all of that info. All right, let's segue. Let's look at the numbers for the counties. All right, Los Angeles County is up. Let's look at the numbers for June 2024. 3,227 homes sold in the month of June, down 13.7% from last year. So last year, more homes sold. And Los Angeles's median sales price is $952,000, up 10.7% from last year. 8,488 active listings for sale, up 38%. And California, it was 36%. In Los Angeles, active listings are up 38%. And again, real estate is local. So contact your realtor to see what your city is doing. So we're going to look at Chino Hills specifically, but this is the county as a whole. So homes are selling in 19 days, and whatever the homeowner is listing it at, it's selling for that price or even a little bit more. And 29% of those homes that are active for sale had to do a price reduction because they were overpriced. Orange County, June 2024, 1,025 homes sold, and home sales are down 11.9%. The median sales price in Orange County is $1.45 million, up 15.1% from last year. Active listings are 1,702, up 24% from last year, taking 18 days to sell a home. And here too, homes are selling for what the seller is asking, a little bit more. And 29% of these homes needed to do a price reduction. Riverside County, 1,221 homes sold in the month of June, down 13.5% from last year. There's a trend going on, right? So we know for California and for the counties that I serve, so far we're seeing it's pretty much in alignment. With the exception for these existing median sales prices, I think there's a big jump because it goes from, Orange County, Los Angeles. Orange County is the most expensive, all the way dwindling down to San Bernardino County, the IE. So the median sales price in Riverside, $642,000, up 2.2% from last year. Active listings, 2,873, up 38% from last year. It's taking Riverside in as a whole about 27 days to sell. They're selling at 100% of what the seller is asking for. 36% needed to do price reductions. San Bernardino County, okay, 682 homes sold in the month of June, down 12.6%. The median sales price, $522,000, up 11%. Check them out, 44% increase of active listings from last year. I think last month was about 50, 2,163. Homes are selling here too, of what home sellers, what they're asking for, they're getting. And look at this though, 38% needed to do price reductions. Let's go to Chino Hills. What does Chino Hills look like? Okay, 38 homes sold in Chino Hills. Sales are up 31% from last year. So in all of the within the county, sales are down. But if we chunk down and we go to the city within the county, because Chino Hills is in San Bernardino County, sales are up in Chino Hills. Every market is different. And sometimes if we go into within a neighborhood, different neighborhoods within cities are going to be different too. The median sales price is 1.1 million, up 16.6%. There was 49 active listings, up 32% from last year. So more homes are coming on the market. It's taking Chino Hills 12 days to sell a home, and homes are selling for a little bit over of what the seller is asking for. And 24.5% of those homes needed to do a price reduction. As we wrap up this month's market update, it's clear to see that there's a lot going on in the California housing market scene. Whether you're a buyer, seller, or just somebody who really enjoys staying on top of the real estate market, understanding these trends is really good because it really helps us make informed decisions. Governor Newsom orders California agencies to dismantle homeless encampments. You know, this has been a huge crisis, but let's get into the tea. Let's read to see what's going on here. California Governor Gavin Newsom has ordered state and municipal agencies to begin the dismantling thousands of homeless encampments across the state, where an estimated 180,000 people are unhoused. It's a really big problem. You guys been down to Skid Row in LA? Whew, that's bad. All right, let's see. Let me scroll down. Newsom told state and local officials to humanely remove encampments from public spaces, giving priority to encampments that pose the greatest risk to the public health and safety. Newsom called on the state officials to work with local governments for housing and social services for the homeless people being relocated from public spaces. What does all this mean, y'all? The state has been hard at work to address this crisis on our streets. They've been saying that for a very long time. There are simply no more excuses. It's time for everyone to do their part. So what is it exactly that he did? Okay, here it is right here. Newsom's order follows last month's Supreme Court ruling. Hold up. We click on this, what happens? Okay. Let's dive in. I haven't seen this one yet. Let's dive in. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that cities have the right to enforce bans on homeless people sleeping outdoors. Okay, so back here, reaction to Newsom's announcement are mixed. San Francisco's Mayor London Breed said her city planned to become very aggressive and assertive in moving encampments and could cite homeless people who refuse offers of shelter. But Los Angeles' Karen Bass has been critical of the Supreme Court ruling by declaring, and these are her words, and I quote, must not be used as an excuse for cities across the country to attempt to arrest their way out of this problem or hide the homelessness crisis in neighboring cities or jail. When I read that, I was like, wait, is that where they're going to house them? Because a lot of people don't want to go into shelters. A lot of people want to stay on the streets. Wow. Let's see how this unfolds, because this is a big one. This is a big one here in California. Okay, so this next one, I thought this was funny because this is San Diego's housing market in the late 1970s. And, you know, I've been doing these market updates for some time, and I've been a realtor now for 14 plus years. So it's just funny to see. And the gentleman, the lender making this post, who posted this, it was pretty comical because he said, our language hasn't changed. Okay, listen.
The average cost of a new home in San Diego was $30,000. But by next year, the average cost will be $75,000. And even with all the new construction going on, housing experts agree that more and more people are being priced right out of the housing market.
Yeah.
Housing analyst Alan Nevin says they're being priced out because the value of land the homes are on is increasing at nearly 25% a year, and personal income just isn't keeping pace. So next year, home buyers will have to pay between $80,000 and $100,000 for an average single-family home.
The difference between this year and next is that the single family homes, the traditional home with a yard, is going to be in short supply in the under $80,000 or $90,000 range. Our clients are finding that it's extremely difficult, especially north of Highway 8, to build a home for under $80,000.
5 years ago, the average cost.
Wow. We are still singing the same song. That has not changed. How funny is that? If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Thank you. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, or if you're a brand new subscriber or a veteran subscriber here to this channel, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is there any other topics that you would like me to discuss? I'm here to help, I am here to serve, and I'm super grateful that you are here with me in this space. If you have any questions, or if you would like some personalized advice, check out the links in the description. Everything is there for you. Have an amazing month. Make it an amazing day.